to Building and Beauty. Today's video is gonna be a little different than my normal videos because we are gonna be talking about all things emergency power backup, and of course, one of my favorite brands, Jackery. If you guys are new here, my name is Kylie and I am your DIY bestie, and my channel is about all things DIY home renovation and home decor. A few videos that you'll find on my channel are how to whitewash brick, how to install shiplap, how to install picture frame molding, how to renovate your bathroom on a budget, maybe how to reface your old cabinets, just to name a few. I love all things home renovation and DIY, so that's definitely what we are focused on here. I've also been married to my wonderful husband, Mark, for a whole 10 years now, so you'll see him on my channel from time to time as well. Anyway, enough about me, let's chat about Jackery. They were so kind of sponsored today's video so I could share their Jackery Solar Generator 2000 V2. Now, I'm not sure where this quote came from, but it's something that's really stuck with me ever since I heard it, and it's by failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. And I think that's so fitting when it comes to talking about emergency preparedness. We live in Arizona, and one of the top scenarios that come to my mind is being without power because it's so hot here. We had a power outage a few years ago that lasted for a few hours, and it was in the middle of summer, and the first thing we were worried about was the food in our fridge. And just like so many of our other neighbors, they were worried about the same thing, so we headed to the grocery store to pick up some ice, and luckily we were able to snag a few bags, bringing the ice home, putting it in our super hot fridge. The ice was melting everywhere. It was just such a mess. So talk about really being in the middle of thinking about how important emergency preparedness truly is. So today, I'm so excited to share Jackery's 2000 V2 solar generator because it's the answer to all your emergency power needs. What's so great about this is that it's instant power with no installation. So here's the Jackery. I wanted to do a full unboxing with you guys so that you'll know exactly what you're getting and what to expect if you order one of these. So without further ado, let's open this baby up. Now, what I love most about this generator and Jackery generators in general is that their devices are actually relatively small. So when you're not using this, you don't have to feel like overwhelmed about trying to find a place in your house that you can store it. I mean, packaging, super easy, and it's relatively lightweight. I mean, you guys, I don't have the best upper body strength. So the fact that I can lift this up, put it on top of my counter without any struggle is pretty impressive. They've packed so much power into this, especially for how small it actually is. As you can see, there's basically no setup. With your Jackery, you're going to get a power cable and of course a user manual, and it's ready to go right out of the box. Let's see, you power it on. Comes on super quick, and out of the box it had 30%. So that's really nice because immediately, right away, you can begin using it. I have to say overall, I would describe this as cute. They did a really nice job with the design. Coming from a girl, I think that this looks really aesthetically pleasing to the eye. It's not something that if you're gonna have out on your countertop, it looks, I don't know, disruptive to your aesthetic. Looks cute, does a lot. It's a win-win here. Now you might be asking yourself, now what happens when this runs out of power? Well, it's no problem because I also have the Solar Saga solar panel. Let's open that up next. This solar panel is amazing because it can recharge the generator in about 2 hours, which is an industry-leading conversion rate. What's so cool about this solar panel in particular is that when it's all folded up, it's relatively small. Let me show you how big it gets. It has these flaps on the back that hold the panel upright, and now you can see that it's huge. It's like you get triple the solar power when you need it with a fraction of the space when you don't. The solar panel simply plugs into the generator and will begin charging immediately. There's this little display here that helps you decide where to place the solar panel for the best charging experience. You just line up this little dot in the center and then you know that it's getting maximum amount of sun. Super easy. In addition to solar charging, you can also charge this in a traditional wall outlet, which will recharge in about 2 hours as well. Let's talk about what this generator can really do. You're going to have 3 AC outlets, 2 USB-C ports, and 1 USB-A port. You also have a 12-volt port, and one of my favorite features is that it has a light. The light actually has a couple different settings, which can be really helpful depending on what kind of emergency situation you may find yourself in. To use each section, you simply press the coordinating button and you're ready to go. I love that you don't have to be tech savvy to use this. And I also love that the generator has a handle that tells you about how heavy it is because it is something that you can easily carry around with you on the go. Now, just to give you a few examples of what the 2000 watt capacity on a single charge could do for you, you could run your fridge for about 3 hours. You could run a portable air conditioner for about 2 hours. and a coffee maker for almost 2 hours, which is kind of my dream. This would have been a game changer for me when we were out of power that day. And of course, if it were nighttime and you didn't have power, you could plug your lamps right into this baby so that way you're not without light. So I'm actually remembering a morning a few years ago where I woke up and we did not have power. And me without my morning coffee is actually an emergency situation. I'm not kidding. So I didn't have Jackery back then. And so what I did is I actually went out to my trailer. I opened it up and started the generators, my loud noisy generators in front of my neighbors. And I made myself a cup of coffee. And you know what? My neighbors actually came out for some coffee too, which was great. But it definitely was quite the hassle. Now, what's so amazing about this is that the Jackery can be used indoors. I can plug my coffee maker right into it and I can brew myself a cup of coffee. How incredible is that? No more crazy mornings without coffee. I also love to keep a portable cooktop handy, mostly because running a stove here in the summer just heats up our house way too much. So I love how convenient this is because it doesn't put off a bunch of heat. This is also great for emergency preparedness because I can simply plug this into the generator and cook any meal. What's also incredible about this generator is that it's basically silent, making it perfect for not only at-home use, but also the great outdoors. My husband and I love to go camping and it's absolutely amazing to be able to be off-grid and have power without noisy generators. Plus, compared to traditional generators, you don't need gas and you don't need to have this generator serviced. And because this generator is so small, you can literally have power wherever you want. We were on a camping trip recently and we wanted to set up some string lights and I didn't even need to run an extension cord because I could just plug the lights right into the generator in the exact spot that I wanted. This goes for at-home use too. You could run this inside of your home wherever you needed it to be, whereas with a typical generator, you would need to run it far away from your home so you don't have to deal with the fumes coming in. I mean, this generator just kind of feels like the best life hack ever. I love that we can go literally wherever we want without the worry of needing power because Jackery has our back. And I don't have to sacrifice any comforts of being at home. I can bring all my favorite gear and gadgets and of course keep our phones and laptops charged on the go. Another important scenario that comes to mind when it comes to emergency preparedness is if you or someone in your home has a medical device that requires power, or if you're someone who has a medication that needs to be refrigerated, you can rest assured that Jackery will be able to run your fridge for quite some time and keep it cool. It's situations like that where you really need to be prepared if something goes wrong or if you are suddenly finding yourself in the unexpected. Also, if you need to take your medical device with you somewhere, you can definitely do so with Jackery. And speaking of needing to take this generator with you somewhere, if you're someone who maybe works with power tools in other people's homes, this is an absolute necessity. I've done my fair share of projects at other people's houses, and it can be a little bit awkward needing to find a reliable power source for my tools. But with the Jackery 2000 V2, it allows you to get power to your tools wherever and whenever you need it, and with a trusty power source so that you don't put your tools or yourself in any danger. And the best part is that if you were working on a home project and you needed to shut off power to the entire home, you definitely could do so and you'll still have power for your tools. On a personal note, and to give you some behind the scenes, being a YouTuber means that I have a lot of equipment. Between my studio lights and my camera batteries, I need power almost everywhere I go. In fact, I'm using the Jackery Explorer 1000 right now to run my lights for this video. We try to minimize the use of extension cords around here because they are such tripping hazards. So it's amazing that we can use our Jackery generator to keep us going and keep us safe at the same time. And just in case you're not impressed yet, Jackery has an incredible smart app that allows you to control and monitor your generator. You'll have access to real-time information and you can customize your settings based on your needs. As you can see, the Jackery 2000 V2 is an absolute necessity for not only emergency preparedness, but also many other life scenarios. So if you're looking for a way to elevate your outdoor adventures and prepare for emergency situations, I highly recommend checking out Jackery. We absolutely love Jackery and can't recommend them enough. This is definitely an investment that you won't regret, and you'll thank yourself later that you got prepared for an unplanned situation. I can't tell you the peace of mind that this gives, knowing that we are prepared for whatever life throws our way and that I can have power with me wherever life takes me. I will be sure to leave everything linked in the description below so you can shop and get your new Jackery generator today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and overview. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and drop a comment. I would love to hear from you. And if you're new here and you want to see more DIY home renovation videos, please be sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. I will see you in the next video. Bye!